It always feels good when you are appreciated. SLT non-stop broadband. Free loyalty data added as you stay connected.
ලෙන්ගතුකම වැඩි කරගන්න ලව්ජු රුපියල් 50ට අඩු කළා.
මාමේ එන්න අපිට එකක් බොමු.
Tonight, no way. Cabinet spokesperson announces the government's decision to not sign the Millennium Challenge Compact Agreement. Better suited. Defence Secretary Major General Kamal Gunratna says the Defence Ministry fully capable of delivering reconciliation.
Government priority was to implement the 5R process immediately. Example, reconstruction, resettlement, rehabilitation, reintegration and reconciliation.
Look within. Verite Research says that cabinet efficiency more pertinent than public sector efficiency.
There is another aspect that is receiving less attention. That is how important it is to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of Sri Lanka's cabinet.
Big hits. Wall Street takes 6th straight COVID-19 plunge as pandemic fears grow. All that and much more coming up on First at 9. This Friday, the 28th of February 2020.
හට SMS කර රුපියල් මිලියන 3ක මුල්තැන්ගේ උපකරණ දිනාගෙන අවුරුද්දෙම කුස්සිය ටයිම් සේව් කරගන්න.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Dhamikesh Naik. Let's start with your local stories. Cabinet co-spokesperson Dr. Bandula Gunawardena today confirmed the government's decision to not sign the controversial Millennium Challenge Compact Agreement. Now, addressing the cabinet media briefing, the minister said that the move was based on recommendations by the interim committee appointed to study the MCC Compact, which said the agreement contains clauses detrimental to the sovereignty of Sri Lanka.
The Millennium Challenge Compact Agreement, a $480 million financial grant offered by the United States of America aimed at improving traffic management and digitizing the country's land registry, has faced serious public and professional criticism surrounding its contents. Out of the total grant allocation, a sum of $350 million has been allocated for traffic management. Keeping the promise, the government of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa appointed a 4-member committee to study the contents of the agreement. Accordingly, the 4-member committee chaired by Professor Lalitha Sirigunaruwan has handed over the report compiled on the MCC agreement to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
Millennium Challenge Corporation givisuma ජාතියෙක් ජාතික ආරක්ෂාවත් සලකලා දේශීය ජනතාවගේ සිතුම් පැතුම් අභිලාෂයන් අනුව යමින් ආණ්ඩුක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාවට රටේ ස්වෛරීත්වයට හානිකර වගන්ති මෙහි ඇතුළත් වෙන බවට අතුරු කමිටුව නිර්දේශ කළා තිබෙන නිසා ඒ අත්සන් කිරීම අත්හිටවීමට කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලය තීන්දුව කළා. ඒ තීන්දුව ගැනීම සඳහා අදාළ වූ අතුරු කමිටුවේ අතුරු වාර්තාව අග්‍රාමාත්‍ය මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා විසින් කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලයට ඉදිරිපත් කරනු ලැබුවා. ඒ අතුරු වාර්තාවේ තිබෙන කරුණු අනුව කරුණු කීපයක් විශේෂයෙන් අවධානය යොමු කරලා තිබෙනවා. එකක් මේ ගිවිසුම විනිවිද භාවයෙන් තොරව ප්‍රසිද්ධියේ සියලු මහ ජනතාවට දැනගත හැකි වන පරිද්දෙන් අත්සන් කරන්න කටයුතු නොකිරීම. දෙක ආණ්ඩුක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාවට සහ රටේ පවතින නීති පද්ධතියට අනුකූල නොවන වගන්ති මේ ගිවිසුමේ අන්තර්ගත වී තිබීම. ජාතික ආරක්ෂාවට ජාතික ආර්ථික සමාජීය සංස්කෘතික කටයුතු වලට අහිතකර බලපෑම් ගෙන දිය හැකි වගන්ති එහි ඇතුළත්ව පැවතීම. හේතු කොටගෙන මේ ගිවිසුම අත්සන් නොකිරීමට ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ රජය තීරණය කොට තිබෙනවා. මේ ගිවිසුමේ සඳහන් ප්‍රධානයේ අපිට ලැබෙනවා නම් මේ හානිකර වගන්ති නැතිව මේ ගිවිසුම සාකච්ඡා කරන්නට ආණ්ඩුව සූදානම්. මක්නිසාදයක් මේ ඇමරිකා එක්සත් ජනපදයේ විසින් සකස් කළ ඉදිරිපත් කළ එකක් නෙමෙයි. එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ රජයේ විසින් එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ අභිමතයේ පරිදි සකස් කළ ඉදිරිපත් කරපු ගිවිසුමක් ඔවුන් සමග සාකච්ඡා කළා තමයි මේ ඇති කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. ඇමරිකා එක්සත් ජනපදයේ මේ මිලේනියම් චැලෙන්ජ් ගිවිසුම සම්පූර්ණයෙන් රටට හිතකර ආකාරයට වෙනස් කරන්නට එකඟ වෙනවා නම් එය මහජනයටත් කරුණු ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලැබලා දීලා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට ඉදිරිපත් කළා පාර්ලිමේන්තුව අනුමත කළොත් පමණයි එවැනි ගිවිසුමක් අනාගතයේදී ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa emphasizes that the independent commissions that have been established to investigate malpractices within state entities should maintain their independence in their functions and not display any form of bias. The head of state added that ministry secretaries must bear the responsibility of dealing with issues highlighted by protesters relevant to their subjects. He made these comments while attending an award ceremony held today at the parliamentary complex.
Under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, an awards ceremony was held today at the parliamentary complex, where 110 state organizations were awarded for high levels of performance achieved during the year 2018. According to a concept by the Committee on Public Accounts, a computer network system to evaluate state, provincial councils and local government identified the overall results recording improvements in fiscal regulations and performance rules of 64% in 2015 and 78% in 2018.
ජනාධිපතිතුමා තව මං හිතන්නේ දැන් තියෙන වාර්තා මාධ්‍යවල තව 60කින් ඔබතුමාට බලය ලැබෙනවා පාර්ලිමේන්තුව විසුලයි. කරනවාද නැද්ද කියලා මම දන්නේ නැහැ. නමුත් ඒ නිසා ඔබතුමා මෙතෙන්ට පැමිණීමේ අවස්ථාවේදී අපිට විශාල ශක්තියක් පාර්ලිමේන්තුව ශක්තිමත් වුණොත් ඒක රට ශක්තිමත්. ඒකෙන් ඔබතුමාගේ අවධානය යොමු කරනවා. අද ඔබතුමා දැක්ක මෙතන කරන වැඩවලින් ඊට පස්සේ ඔබතුමාගේ කරුණා කරලා මේ එන වාර්තා අධ්‍යයනය කරලා යම් කිසි පියවරක් ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඔබතුමාගේ අවධානය යොමු කරලා යම් ක්‍රියාදාමයක් ගත්තොත් මම හිතන්නේ ඒක විශාල ශක්තියක් වෙන එක පාර්ලිමේන්තුව අපිට ගෞරවයක්.
මේ රාජ්‍ය සේවය කාර්යක්ෂම කරන්න ගත යුතු සියෑම පියවරක්ම අපි ගන්නට ඕනේ. දැන් ඉන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකන් ආයතනයට අලුතින් පත් කරපු සභාපතිවරයෙක් සහ අධ්‍යක්ෂක මණ්ඩලයක්. සභාපතිවරයා සහ අධ්‍යක්ෂක මණ්ඩලය කිසිම වේතනයක්වත් කිසිම වරප්‍රසාදයක්වත් ලබා ගන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම ඉහළ දැනුමක් පළපුරුද්දක් ඥානයක් තියෙන අයව තමයි ඒකට පත් කරලා තිබෙන්නේ. රූපවාහිනියේ ගියේ ඒ කමිටුවට ආපු වෙලාවේදී ඒ අධ්‍යක්ෂක මණ්ඩලයටත් සභාපතිතුමාටත් පසුගිය දේවල් පිළිබඳ දෝෂාරෝපණයක් කරනවා. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම මම මේක දිහා බලන් හිතුවා මම බය වුණා මේ පත් කරපු සභාපතිතුමා ඉල්ලාස් වෙයිද කියලා. මම එතුමාට කතා කරලා කිව්වා මේවෙන් අධිධාර්යමත් වෙන්න එපා. දිවි අරගෙන ඉදිරියට කටයුතු කරන්න ටික. අපි ප්‍රවේශම් වෙන්නට ඕනේ මේවා විමර්ශනය කිරීමේදී ක්‍රියා කර යුතු ක්‍රමවේදය පිළිබඳව. ඒ වගේම ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් කමිෂන්ස් ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම ඒවා නිදහස් බවට පත් විය යුතුයි. උදාහරණයක් වශයෙන් මම කියන්නට කනගාටුයි දැන් මැතිවරණ නිදහස් කොමිසම කියලා තිබුණත් මැතිවරණ කාලයේදී එක් සමාජිකයෙක් පක්ෂග්‍රාහීව ලිපි ලියන්නට පටන් ගත්තා. කතා කරන්නට පටන් ගත්තා. එහෙම තිබෙනවා නම් ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් කමිෂන් වල නිදහස් භාවයක් නැහැ. කතානායකතුමා යෝජනා කරා මේ වාර්තා ඉදිරිපත් කරන අධ්‍යයනය කිරීම තමයි වැදගත් කියලා. මම හුඟක් වාර්තා අධ්‍යයනය කරනවා. තව ආසනාවකට හැමදාම උද්ඝෝෂණ වලට මගේ කාලය යොමු කරන්න වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒකින්ද ලේකම්වරුන් මං හිතන්නේ මේ අමාත්‍යාංශවල උද්ඝෝෂණ ඒ අය බාර ගන්නට ඕන. නැත්නම් මගේ කාර්යාලය ඉදිරිපිට උද්ඝෝෂණ ගෙනාවම මගේ කාලේ වැඩි කොටසක් උද්ඝෝෂණ වලට ක්‍රියා කරන්නට වෙනවා.
And moving on with other stories alluding to the failures of the 19th Amendment, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that a parliament which empowers the president and the government is crucial in order to avoid misunderstandings and conflicts which were the hallmarks of the previous government. He made these comments addressing the opening ceremony of the new Baddegama Pradesh Sabha building and Ayurveda Centre.
Meanwhile, the Baddegama Pradesh Sabha building and Ayurveda Centre were also declared open by the Prime Minister.
දහනවමිනි දස්තාවේ හැටියට ජනාධිපතිවරයා එක පැත්තකට පාර්ලිමේන්තුව තව පැත්තකට තියලා වැඩක් නැහැ. ඒ වුණොත් වෙන්නේ අර ගිය ආණ්ඩුව තිබුණා වගේ. ටික කාලයක් හොඳට හිටියා. ඊට පස්සේ දෙගොල්ලෝ රණ්ඩු වුණා. අගමැති වෙන ගමනක් ගියා. ජනාධිපති වෙන ගමනක් ගියා. දෙන්න දෙපැත්තට ඇදුනා. රටට වදුනේ මං කියන්නේ. ඒක නෙවුනේ. එහෙම තත්ත්වයක් ඇති වෙන්න ඉඩ තියන්න පුළුවන් කමක් නැහැ. නිසා අපේ වගකීමක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මැතිවරණයක් කිව්වම අපි ජනතාව ජනාධිපතිවරයා හා ආණ්ඩුවට වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන් පාර්ලිමේන්තුවක් අපි නිර්මාණය කරන්න ඕන. මම දැක්කා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ ලේකම්තුමා කියලා තියෙනවා ඊට 90ක් ආවත් ඇති 95ක් ආවත් ඇති අපි සුළුතරය ඡන්ද ටික අරගෙන අපි ආණ්ඩු පිටවනවා. වානා ඒවා බෑ. මොකද මේ රටේ ජනතාව දන්නවා ඡන්දෙ දිය යුත්තේ කෙසේද කියලා. ඒකින්ද අපි පැහැදිලිව තුනෙන් දෙකේ බලය ලබා ගැනීම සඳහා පියවර ගන්නවා.
Now, in the backdrop of criticism by international figures on the country's use of ex-military personnel in key civilian positions, Defence Secretary Major General Kamal Gunaratne expressed confidence in the Defence Ministry's ability to handle the areas of reconstruction, resettlement, rehabilitation and reintegration as well as reconciliation under a capable leadership. He made these comments addressing the Professionals Forum, which was worked off at the Foundation Institute in Colombo recently.
Comprehensive national security strategy employs all elements of national power to secure national interests. The employment of tri-services and police and other security and intelligence-related agencies should be made a coherent outfit. In the aftermath of the ethnic conflict, defence forces were employed to rebuild the areas ravaged by the conflict even before their formal organisation being completed. Government priority was to implement the 5R process immediately. Example, reconstruction, resettlement, rehabilitation, reintegration and reconciliation. Thus, large number of military forces were entrusted with areas to ensure early reception of displaced people as part of reconstruction and resettlement. Military will work alongside civilian first responders to mitigate the impact of such incidents and take the lead if necessary. The current Ministry of Defence is quite capable of doing this mammoth task.
The Defence Secretary also touched on organised crimes and drug trafficking that has become a major issue in the country.
The organised crimes have the potential of rupturing social cohesion and dividing families and people, corrupts institutions and destabilizes the very social and economic fabric of our societies, as well as damage the democratic functioning and constitutional arrangements, although its effects vary depending on certain conditions. It has become a major threat to the security and domestic governance throughout the globe. Therefore, prompt measures are needed to be activated in order to curtail such acts from the society with proper, timely and coherent employment of all national security agencies in the country. Continuation of drug trafficking in the country is another issue which needs attention at all levels. The absence of a comprehensive national policy on drug abuse has been a major constraint on law enforcement in the country. Further, the operation of drugs by convicted drug dealers being within jails is another area that we should focus upon.
Former Minister of Justice Dr. Vijaydas Rajapaksa accuses the former government of undermining national security by whitewashing possible threats to the country, which eventually led to the Easter Sunday attacks. The parliamentarian's comments came today as he appeared before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing the Easter Sunday attacks.
The Commission's attention today was drawn to the statement made by MP Dr. Vijaydas Rajapaksa in Parliament in 2016, stating that a group of Sri Lankans have joined the terrorist organisation, the ISIS. Giving evidence before the Commission, the parliamentarian stated that he had attended several meetings of the National Security Council upon notice by the Presidential Secretariat. He stated that during one of the meetings, Nilantha Jayawardena, representing the State Intelligence Service, had made an explanation of the activities of extremist organizations in the country, adding that according to the intelligence officer, he felt that national security was up to the mark. The MP went on to say that the explanation did not reveal the facts he possessed about the situation at the time. Upon questioning by the Deputy Solicitor General whether the MP informed the then Defence Minister to act on the information he possessed, MP Rajapaksha said he personally informed the President, adding that the police was ruled by the wishes of then Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe owing to conflict between the executive and the legislature. He went on to say that the police acted upon decisions made solely by the Prime Minister. The MP proceeded to say that during the appointment of a new IGP, despite pointing out the seniority of SM Wickremesinghe and pointing out his suitability, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe had a strong desire to appoint Pujit Jayasundara due to his partiality towards the UNP. When questioned on parliamentarians who promote terrorism, the MP named MLA M Hizbullah, Mujibur Rahman and Asad Saleh. The MP was also questioned whether he possessed evidence on their involvement in terrorist activities. Responding, Rajapaksa stated that the CID investigated incidents of vandalism of Buddha statues in Mavanalla, a Hindu church in Pothuhara and a Christian church in Pannideniya, and the likes of Asad Saleh and Hizbullah exerted pressure on officials to prevent the arrest of suspects. He further stated that the previous government undermined national security, adding that former Secretary of Defence Hemasiri Fernando had no knowledge about the situation.
The CID today requested approval from the Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court to probe bank accounts operated by the wife of former Minister Rishad Badiuddin, Aisha Badiuddin, his brother Riaj Badiuddin and the suspect arrested in connection with a hoard of documents recovered from a house in Vellavatta belonging to Aisha Badiuddin, Imran Mohammed. The magistrate granted permission to the CID to go ahead with the probes and remanded the suspect Imran Mohammed until the 13th of March.
Responding to a tip-off regarding official government documents being stored at a residence in Vellavatta, the Criminal Investigation Department raided the house on 8th February and took into custody one individual along with a hoard of Satosa documents. The suspect Imran Mohammed was subsequently produced before the Mount Lavinia magistrate and remanded until today. In court today, the Criminal Investigations Department informed the magistrate that the documents related to Satosa procurements and that the residence in question belonged to Aisha Badiuddin, the wife of former Minister Rishad Badiuddin. Investigators also revealed that a promissory note to the amount of 99,350,000 rupees was also discovered among the document, revealing that the suspect Imran Mohammed had handed over this sum to an individual named Shanti Kanagaratnam, who herself is a respondent in numerous court cases. The CID also revealed that in a statement recorded from Aisha Badiuddin, she had revealed that the house had been handed over to Riaj Badiuddin, the brother of the former minister. In this backdrop, the Criminal Investigations Department requested the court to grant permission to probe the bank accounts of Imran Mohammed, Aisha Badiuddin and Riaj Badiuddin, to which the magistrate granted approval. Having considered the CID submissions, the magistrate ordered the suspect to be remanded until the 13th of March.
Now, 6 suspects connected to the Easter Sunday attacks, including the father of the Shangri-La and Cinnamon Grand Hotel bombers, have been remanded further until the 13th of March. The order was issued by Colombo Additional Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali Jayatunga when the suspects were produced before court today. In court, the Criminal Investigation Department had requested the Colombo Additional Magistrate to extend the suspects' detention due to the incompletion of the probes into the blasts. The Additional Magistrate subsequently ruled that the suspects be kept in remand custody until the 13th of next month. Local spice tycoon Mohammed Ibrahim, who was a resident of Mahavila Garden in Dematagoda, and the other 5 suspects were placed under arrest in connection with last year's terror attacks. We will return shortly after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching First at 9. Now, Director of Research at Verite Research, Subhashini Abesinghe, says that improving cabinet efficiency is something that should be focused on rather than prioritising talks on bureaucracy, as the inefficiencies finally result in the lack of accountability and effectiveness of the government. Her remarks came at a forum that focused on improving national budget practices and providing solutions for a professional government.
The conversation about making government efficient and effectively has basically overly emphasized one aspect of inefficiency of the government, that is the bureaucracy. But there is another aspect of the government inefficiency that is receiving less attention, That is how important it is to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of Sri Lanka's cabinet. This is a good forum since we are at a time we are getting ready for an election and we will soon have a new cabinet to discuss. If we are so focused on improving efficiency and effectiveness, it's important to focus on the bureaucracy, but it is equally important to focus on how we design our ministerial portfolios. Most commissions, at the time of appointing them, and at the time of presenting the report, there is quite a lot of attention, but frequently we lose attention or focus about whether actual recommendations has been ever implemented. So Wanasinga Commission report was also no different. What happened is this structural defect continued, and we saw proliferation of ministries. Our size of cabinet continued to grow and grow. Not only the number of ministries increasing, but rationality of subjects we lump together under the ministries are increasingly becoming questionable. We have three problems with the way we design ministries. One is the number, the size. And then the second, how frequently do we change our cabinet of ministers? And then lastly, the mismatch of subject area. Between 2010 and 2014, we changed our cabinet 10 times. And between 2015 and 2019, we issued 32 different gazettes announcing reshuffles to the cabinet. And this affects not just the public finance management, but all aspects of government. How efficiently and effectively can the government deliver its services? And then lastly, how rational is the allocation of subjects to our ministries? We have two problems. One is fragmentation. So we basically fragment related subjects across multiple ministries. The other is misalignment. Basically, we combine unrelated subjects into single ministry. Both affect the ability of the government to function efficiently and effectively. This kind of fragmentation, frequent changes, it obviously increases the costs. It is impossible to make national policies. It is impossible to implement the national policies. It affects the public finance management. It reduces the efficiency and accountability of the government.
Now, General Secretary of the United National Party, Akila Viraj Karyavasam, says that as per the decision of the party's working committee, the Central Committee of the Samagi Janabalawege will consist of 60% UNP members. Following a stalemate at today's discussions, the UNP Working Committee is scheduled to convene next Sunday to decide the symbol of the alliance.
The Working Committee of the United National Party convened at the party headquarters Sirikota today under the patronage of its leader Ranil Wickremesinghe with the objective of deciding on the symbol for its new alliance along with its constitution.
රැස්ුනේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවයි ලාංඡනය ගැන. ව්‍යවස්ථාව ගැන එකතාවයක් ආවා. එක කරන්නයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒක මං හිතන්නේ ඉරිදා අපි නැවත වරක් උත්තරීතර මණ්ඩලය රැස් වෙලා අවසන් තීරණයක් ගන්නවා. ලාංඡනය බොහෝ දුරට හංසයක්.
අද සියලු දෙනාම එකඟත්වයකට ආවා සන්දානෙන් සමගි ජන බලවේගයෙන් ඉල්ලන්න. ඒ සම්බන්ධ ව්‍යවස්ථාව තුත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලය පිළිගත්තා.
ඒක රවි කරුණානායක රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ යන මහතුරුන්ට මොනවා හරි කනතුරු හම්බ වෙනවද මේ නව සන්දානේ?
නෑ රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මයා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ නායකයා. රවි කරුණානායක මහත්මයා ගැන මොකුත් කතා වුණේ නෑ.
ඔබතුමාලා සම්මේලනයේට මේ නායකතුමා එනවද රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ නායකතුමා ආරාධනා කළා?
අපි ආරාධනය. එතුමා ආරාධනය ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරලා ආරාධනය පිළිගත්තා.
මේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවත් එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවකද නායකත්වය වෙනස් කරන්න බැරි ව්‍යවස්ථාවක්.
නෑ මේකේ අවුරුදු 3කට සැරයක් නායකයා වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන්.
Meanwhile, leader of the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress Rauf Hakim pledged support to the Sajith Premadasa-led Samagi Jana Balawege for the upcoming general election.
අද දින අපි ඊටාම සතුටු වෙනවා සමගි ජන බලවේගය කියන ප්‍රවාහයට සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමන්ගේ නායකත්වයෙන් යුතුව අපි අපේ මන්ත්‍රී කණ්ඩායමේ මන්ත්‍රීවරුන් එක්ක එන මහ මැතිවරණයට එළඹීම සඳහා ගිවිසුම් ගතව එකතු වෙනවා.
මේ ගමන තුල අපේ මූලික අරමුණ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ෆස්ට් ඒ අභිලාෂය උදෙසා අපි ඉතාමත්ම පුළුල් අවබෝධතාවයකින් කටයුතු කරන්නට සැදී පැහැදී සිටිනවා.
අපි අතරේ මැතිවරණ තරඟ කිරීම සඳහා අවබෝධයක් තිබෙනවා. මොන දිස්ත්‍රික්කවලට අපි තරඟ වදින්නේ, දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල අපේ අපේක්ෂකයෝ මොන ආකාරයකටද අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ වැනි අවබෝධයක් අපි ඇති කරගෙන සිටිනවා.
එතකොට මේ ලකුණේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා දැන්. ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් කොහොමද ඔබතුමාලා කියන්නේ?
නෑ ලකුණේ කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. ලකුණ කුමක්ද කියන එක ඉදිරියේදී එළිදැක්වේ.
වාර්ෂිකව තවන්නේ ලකුණ කොයිද කියන්නේ?
ඔව්.
ඒක ඔබතුමාලගේ කල්දාන.
නෑ ඒක අපේ අයිතිවාසිකමක්.
සන්දානයක ලකුණ කියන එක නිකන් සංකේතයක් විතරයි. අපි අතර ගැටලුවක් නෑ.
Chairman of Commercial Bank Derana says that the stock exchange plays an important role in drawing in quality investors to the country, which is a key requirement for the country's development. Addressing a ceremony, he added that the performance of a country's stock market is one important indicator that assists in elevating its global visibility.
Colombo Stock Exchange Chief Executive Officer Rajiva Bandaranaike hosted the Board of Directors of Commercial Bank PLC to commence the day's trading with the ceremonial ringing of the bell to commemorate 100 years of banking operations. While commending the bank on its centenary, Bandaranaike added that Commercial Bank PLC has added value to the stock market since its listing in 1970 and has effectively made use of the CSE in its growth since 1970 to be amongst the top 5 listed companies in terms of market capitalization.
The stock market is much more than a place for brokers to buy and sell shares. Stock exchange plays a far more pivotal role in allowing businesses access to capital and providing the opportunity for companies to enhance their visibility and public image. The country can become visible to the world depending on many indicators, and the performance of its stock exchange is one such economic indicator. A steady and a positive stock market performance will draw in good quality investors, which is a key requirement for the development of a country. The market exposure received as a corporate listed in the CSE has not only brought us potential investors and new customers, but also has contributed in raising our brand image and the public image. Being listed in the CSE and being a consistent performer has cemented our position as the largest private bank in Sri Lanka. Furthermore, as an organization which is concerned about good governance and transparency in all operations, we feel that the CSE is playing the very important role of a financial regulator for transparency among its listed companies.
Wall Street's main indices plunged for the 6th straight day as fears of a global COVID-19 pandemic heightened. The S&P 500 showcased its fastest correction in its history as the rapid increase in global infected cases rose as fast as the indices declined, intensifying investor worries about economic growth. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 1,190.95 points to 25,766.64, while the S&P 500 lost 137.99 points to 2,978.4. The Nasdaq Composite, meanwhile, dropped 414.30 points to 8,566.48. Now, China's National Bureau of Statistics reported that the country's gross national product totaled 99.09 trillion yuan in year 2019, up 6.1% year-on-year. Now taking a look at the local markets, Sri Lankan stocks closed 1.32% weaker today, with the all-share price index closing 74.95 points down at 5,592.92. The S&P SL20 index, meanwhile, closed 43.42, or more like 42 points. Fuck's sake. Now taking a look at the local markets, Sri Lankan stocks closed 1.32% weaker today, with the all-share price index closing 74.95 points down at 5,592.92. The S&P SL20 index, meanwhile, closed 43.42 points down to remain at 2,631.99. The market turnover was 754.9 million rupees, with 20 stocks gaining and 142 falling. The food, beverage and tobacco sectors recorded the highest sector turnover during the week, while the banking sector recorded the highest, or more like second highest. Now here's a brief report on how the markets performed during the week.
During the week, the ASP lost 4.1%, mainly due to price losses in counters such as John Keel's Holdings, Ceylon Tobacco Company and LOLC Holdings. Meanwhile, the S&P SL20 decreased by 5.6%. The average daily turnover for the week was up from last week to 523 million rupees. Food, beverage and tobacco sector recorded the highest sector turnover during the week, whilst the second highest was seen in the bank sector. Furthermore, the foreign participation remained active during the week, with foreigners closing as net sellers sectors where foreign sellings accounted for 34% of the total weekly turnover. A net foreign outflow of 175 million rupees was recorded for the week. This resulted in the year-to-date net foreign outflow to increase to 4.06 billion rupees. Out of the weekly turnover, crossings accounted for 20%, which was a higher proportion than last week.
In the currency market, the Sri Lankan rupee closed stable at 181 rupees and 85 to 95 cents to the US dollar in the spot market, while bond yields eased. The rupee ended at 181 rupees and 85 to 90 cents to the greenback yesterday. Now let's take a look at how the Sri Lankan rupee traded against other major currencies during the day. We'll see you again after this break. Don't go away. Welcome back. This is First at 9. Now, amid armed security personnel in full riot gear patrolling sensitive areas of northeast Delhi, an uneasy calm prevailed, with locals looking to return to normalcy. Delhi became the worst hit by the countrywide protests, with 38 people dying in the violence since the enactment of the Citizenship Amendment Act by the central government, which targets the fast tracking of citizenship for persecuted minorities in Muslim-dominated neighbouring countries. Protesters have denounced the act that they allege discriminates against Muslims and goes against the country's secular constitution, with the new law excluding Muslims from neighbouring countries from obtaining citizenship. Now, in school cricket, the 57th Battle of the Brothers between Thurston College and Isipathana College kicked off this morning at the Sinhalese Sports Club grounds in Colombo. Thurston College won the toss and elected to have a bowl first. Isipathana College scored 210 runs in their first innings. At the end of the day's play, Thurston College remained unbeaten on a score of 131 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. Tomorrow is the last day of the match. And that's it from all of us here at First at 9. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.